They said Caitlin Clark is day-to-day. Who remember the Caitlin Clark day-to-day? Everything right now is just day-to-day. When you got a front office that's spoon-feeding the fans information, when you got a front office that didn't announce she was going to not play until an hour and a half before the game, yeah, I think it's about time to give the fans some transparency with these injuries on this damn injury report. Because guess what? The fans spoke. And you want to know what happened when the fans speak?
The Indiana Fever may have believed the Caitlin Clark injury controversy was finally behind them, but that assumption quickly fell apart. What began as a routine injury update has now turned into one of the most talked about stories in the WNBA. Fans who have been questioning the team's communication for weeks suddenly found their concerns validated as major basketball voices started publicly criticizing the organization's handling of the situation. Now, the spotlight is firmly on Stephanie White and the Fever's leadership.
Now, there is a clip to go with this, but it's been reported that too much side explanation. Two-time WNBA All-Star responds to Fever handling of Caitlin Clark injury. Now, only a few could have predicted that Caitlin Clark will be sitting out a single game, which snowballed into one of the league's messiest off-court stories this season. It all traces.
The real issue was never Caitlin Clark's injury itself. Injuries happen, and no one expected her to risk her health. The frustration came from the inconsistent explanations surrounding her status. Each update seemed to raise more questions instead of providing answers. One day, Clark appeared likely to play. Then new details emerged, followed by another change in the narrative. Rather than offering clarity, the Fever created confusion, leaving fans, reporters, and analysts wondering what was actually happening behind the scenes.
The ability to buy time and also withstand like the narratives on the outside, Dallas is real, and they're going to be better than what even I expected. Thinking, oh, they're going to win some games. They're going to be a team that is going to be hard to knock out.
Yeah, I agree. And then, I mean, since we're talking about Paige.
Tension exploded when the team announced that Clark would not play just 90 minutes before tip-off. For many fans, that timing felt unacceptable. Thousands had spent money on tickets, travel, and accommodations specifically to watch the league's biggest star. By waiting until the last minute, the organization triggered a wave of backlash from disappointed supporters. What could have been a simple injury update suddenly became a public relations crisis that spread across sports media.
Caitlin Clark, like, injury report thing, I thought it was kind of like blown. I was like, this is a lot for no reason. I'm like, the injury reports? What?
I think sometimes when too much side explanations going on, people are like, what's really going on here? You know what I'm saying? That we're reading into the injury reports. Now we're reading into the words of the coach. And then the coach is not like standing 10 toes down on it. It just gets to confusion. I moved on. Like,
I don't even.
The controversy reached another level when WNBA star and analyst Chiney Ogwumike addressed the situation publicly. During a discussion on Sue Bird's podcast, she pointed directly at the confusion created by the Fever's messaging. Her argument was simple. When explanations become overly complicated and constantly change, people naturally start questioning what's really going on. Her comments echoed what many fans have been saying for weeks and added significant pressure on the organization to provide a clearer and more consistent message.
This is good, now that I think about it. This is very much good, because I had not seen this thing in its entirety. But for her to be calling her out for kind of misusing her words doing this is big to me, because it's showing that people is paying attention to Stephanie White. And I guess us content creators is just, I don't know, right, been right, always right. And then now y'all.
The most damaging part of the situation is that Stephanie White is known for her communication skills as a national basketball analyst. Yet critics argue that when it came to managing the Caitlin Clark injury story, the messaging completely fell apart. As the face of the franchise, Clark carries enormous expectations and attention. Fans believe she deserves a transparent and well-organized organization behind her. With criticism growing louder, the Fever now face an important question. Can they rebuild trust with their fan base, or will this controversy continue to damage the team's reputation moving forward?